welcome back to my channel, Sassy. I'm here for another review of Big Sky. We are down to the next to last episode. Next week is the season finale, and they have not disappointed, okay? They have not disappointed. Let's get into this review, child. Let's talk about Cassie and Jeannie, child, running for their lives. As we know, Cassie, Jeannie, and Rosie's dad was up there at the toxic waste. They were getting, samples and taking pictures of skulls, and lo and behold, that old crooked sheriff done called in, the case. There's somebody on your land. So, of course, here they come, and honey, let the games begin. Now, Rosie's dad was like, listen, y'all don't stay with me, okay? They'll come after me. Y'all just run. Are you in? Run. Okay? So Cassie and Jeannie, honey, they took off. So here is Rosie's dad. Okay? And there is Papa K. Papa K was like, now, it's the dead of night. What are you doing up here? Because, of course, he knows something is fishy. And he was like, oh, well, I'm just checking out the barrels. So Papa K is like, born at night, not last night. I was like, oh Lord, this is not good. So Rosie's dad was like, where the boys at? Where they at? Where they at? And so Papa K said, don't worry about them, they patrolling. How about you get in this truck? Rosie's dad said, I ain't going nowhere with you because you're crazy. Papa K said, get in the truck. Either we gonna do this the easy way, or we gonna do this the hard way with you ending DEAD. Which one you got? So, of course, Rosie's dad begrudgingly get inside that truck. I was like, oh, Lord, bye, Rosie's dad. So we don't see him no more until later. So we have Jeannie and Cassie, and they were like, let's split up. I said, Jeannie went this way, Cassie went this way, child. So we have Jeannie. Child, Jeannie done got caught, okay? JW done caught her and threw her into a horse trailer. Then we got Cassie running for her life because Rand is in a big truck going 100 miles an hour trying to chase her down. So Cassie, she came to her senses. And she was like, hold up, wait a minute, I got a GUN. See, I got a weapon. Let me go ahead and use it. Pow! So as she is shooting through the window of the truck, it hits Rand. Rand is like, boom, boom, boom. Cassie is trying to dive out the way. The truck hits her. She goes flying. She's out. She is not the F out, child. So then we have Rosie. She done popped up with a 12-gauge shotgun or machine gun, whatever. She had a big GUN. And she was like, girl, get up. Girl, are you dead? Girl, get up. And so Cassie is like, oh, what happened? Oh, my God. And so she's like, where my dad at? And so Cassie is like, listen, okay, Rand, he tried to mow me down. I think Jeannie done got kidnapped, and they got your dad, too. So we have Cassie and Rosie walking through the woods looking for, Rand or Jeannie or, Rosie's dad. They come across the truck. Now, child, honey, that truck done wrecked. It done wrecked into a ditch. Blood is all over the place. Windows is busted out, but no Rand. But they know he's hurt, so they just follow the trail of blood at this point. So they come across Rand's meth house. And so they go inside, and honey, Rand is through. He done. He got blood all up on his head, on his face, all up on his neck. He got blood right here. He was like, it's over. It's over. Honey, he did a whole Fran Sanford. I'm coming to join you, honey. But of course, his evil self had to say some deplorable things, talking about Rosie. Oh, I want to see this good-looking thing before I die. I mean, he's just crazy. So Rosie, she's like, I'm about to take care of you right now. Let me just go ahead, blow your head off for what you did to me. You beat me up. I still got scars on my face. So, of course, Rand, he's like, blood, mouthful of blood and crap. And so Cassie is like, girl, don't do it. Okay, he ain't worth it. He's gone. He'll die soon enough. So here comes that pill-popping Mama Kay. For some reason, she busted up in the house. And she's like, oh my God, my baby. So she runs over there. Cassie and Rosie still got guns in their hand. Mama Kay is like, my baby. Blood all over the place. And Rand, he's like, I'm going to see the light, Mama. I'm going to see the light. So Rand, he dead. D-E-A-D. Good riddance. Okay? So, then we have Jeannie. Jeannie's in the horse trailer, and here comes JW. I will say this. Yes, JW, he's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. He's a murderer. He murdered his brother. And only thing he is about is having a ranch. But JW is fun. Have I went too far? Y'all think JW fine? Okay, moving on. So JW is like, Jeannie, get out now. Come on now. Jeannie said, I ain't going nowhere with you. He said, you better get yourself out of here. So he done snatched her. He done snatched her up. There's Papa K talking about breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Like, what the F is going on? And she said, I ain't going nowhere if you. Papa K said, now listen here. You better get in there and eat you some oatmeal and some bacon and eggs and toast. Go on now, get. Now, this is probably the most weirdest part of the whole episode. Here we have Jeannie, no weapon. I'm like, Jeannie, where your gun? Did I miss that? Did he go flying somewhere? Anyway, child, no weapon. She is at the kitchen table with the banjo of crazies. There's Papa K. Here's Mama K bringing in the coffee or whatever. I'm like, girl, I mean, you can hit him in his face. He's crippled. Kick him in the leg. Grab that hot coffee, throw it in his face. I was like, Jeannie. I mean, she wasn't tied up. She wasn't bound. So here comes Cheyenne. Cheyenne was like, now what's going on here? Now, we all know Cheyenne been on one for a couple of weeks. She has been about it. She can't stand her brothers. She can't stand that daddy. She want the ranch, which I thought initially she didn't want to have nothing to do with it. She, just didn't want her brothers to run it to the ground. But now, she got her some power, I guess. And now she wants to be in control of the ranch. So anyway, so she was like, what are you doing? What is going on here? She was like, Jeannie, come on. Come on, girl. And so that daddy said, Cheyenne, now you have gotten on my last nerve. You are a tick on my butt. Now this ain't got nothing to do with you. Mind your business. Mind your business. Jeannie said, come on. Come on. And so that daddy went with the gun. And so Cheyenne said, you gonna shoot me? Oh, you gonna shoot me? Oh, you gonna shoot me? I ain't worried about your threats. So Jeannie see them, going back and forth. She done busted Papa K upside the head with the coffee cup. She takes off running, and here is JW. I'm tired of you. JW had that gun all up in her face. I'm tired of you now. Now I'm sick, and I'm tired of you. I'm taking you back to the horse trailer. So they done threw Jeannie back into the horse trailer. Let's talk about Mama K. Mama K, we know she's going through withdrawals because she been taking those pills. Now she says that she is clear. Her mind is clear and she is seeing things clearer. Alright? Now she done found ran, child. All right? And so she goes and she talks to Papa K, blood all over the place. And so she's like, Rand is dead. And so Papa K is like, what? Now, when they were like hugging, I thought she was going to shoot him. I was like, kill him. I was like, this is your perfect chance. Shoot him. But no, she comes looking at the ceiling and she sees like this dark, symbol, because she's saying that Papa K is the cancer of the family, which he is, child. He ain't nothing but evil. It's the cancer of the family, and look at what you did. You done got your boys killed, Cheyenne out her mind, I was popping pills, all this stuff. So he is like, what's going on? What happened? All this bunch of mess. And so she smeared blood all over his hands because blood is on his hands. And so she leaves. So we have Papa K, JW, and Cheyenne in the living room, child. And so Papa K was like, this is just a hot mess. This is a hot mess. This is what we're going to do. All right? And so here is Cheyenne. Cheyenne said, he killed Blake. Cheyenne said, he killed Blake. I seen him. He busted his head upside the head with a shovel, and he killed him, Daddy. Now, what you going to do about it? And so Papa K is like, what? Are you serious? And so here is, JW talking about, sure is. I'm tired of you. Cheyenne said, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? This is what we need to do. So Papa K is fussing at Cheyenne, telling her to shut her mouth. He tells JW, he was like, come here. Now at this point, I thought he was gonna bust JW in his face. But he whispers something in JW's ear. JW's whole face changed. He had little tears in his eyes. So Papa K, he told JW to go get rid of Jeannie. See, you want this ranch, okay? But see, you ain't gonna have this ranch. You're done, okay? You done messed up too much. And of course, there's Cheyenne. I want it. I want the ranch, Daddy. And so after he whispered that to JW, and JW left, Cheyenne was like, what y'all talking about? What you whisper? What's going on here? What's going on here? So JW leaves, and so Papa K looked at Cheyenne and said, you want this ranch? You want it so bad? Cheyenne said, I sure do. And he said, here you go. So he's holding the gun, and he says, you need to take care of something. So Cheyenne, she has this look of fear and like, oh my God, are you serious? So we have Cheyenne. So Cheyenne goes to the horse stables, and who's there tied up with a busted eye? Rosie's dad. Okay? And so she's like got a gun. And so he was like, what are you doing? This ain't even you. Don't you be coming up in here with no gun. Don't be killing me. And so she was like, you know what? I'm not going to shoot you. I'm not going to shoot you. I don't know what's going on. She was just conflicted, child. But she had the gun in his face. So here comes, Rosie, and here comes, Cassie. And so they were like, what are you doing? And so he was like, stop. She isn't here to kill me. This is just a mess. And so they untie him. Then we have JW going to get Jeannie out of the horse trailer. And he was like, come on, Jeannie. And she was like, I ain't going nowhere. He said, Jeannie, come on. And she was like, you ain't going to let me go, are you, J-Hub? You're not going to let me go? And he said, come on, let's just go. Come on now, let's just go. So anyway, so JW got Jeannie. We have Jeannie, okay? Jeannie and JW, they get to fight. Okay, Jeannie breaks free, done busted him upside his head, I think. Then she gets the gun. And she's like, it's over. It's over. So here comes Cassie and here comes Cheyenne. So they done rolled up. And so Cheyenne was like, you're done. Okay? You're done, JW. You're done. So JW, he's crying, snot flying, talking about, I did it for the ranch. I did it for the family. And so Cheyenne running his mouth, and honey, JW she shoots JW. Shoots him. And so he's laying there. And so she's like, it's okay. It's okay. It's all right. It's okay. It's all right. So, Jeannie and Cassie was like, let's get up out of here. I'm done with the nutso today. Let's go, child. So we have Cassie. So we have Cheyenne, and we have her there with her dying brother, child. So we gotta, wrap a bow up on these crooked officers. So here comes the crooked sheriff, and here comes the only deputy in the whole station. Barney Fife, honey. So we have Cassie and Jeannie. Jeannie's by the gate, and Cassie is just talking mad trash to the sheriff, and she was like, look at what you did. You are crooked. You're a murderer. You stood up for this family. You know what the family has done. You done tried to kidnap me. You assaulted me. I'm a black woman, right? See, y'all been doing this to us for years. But I'm going to show you better than I can tell you. So, of course, here comes Barney Fife. Barney Fife said, I ain't had nothing to do with this. I am so sorry. I apologize for my actions. He made me do it. The sheriff made me do it. So the sheriff is like, boy, if you don't get your ass, get in the car. Get in the car. We don't care now what that color got to say. Get in the car. So he was pulling into the gate, and here's Jeannie. Jeannie was like, oh yeah, I need for you to listen to this, because the sheriff admitted what he had been doing, and Jeannie had recorded it. And so Cassie and Jeannie was like, you got everything? So Cassie was like, Jeannie, you get it? Jeannie said, girl, I got it all, honey. So we know that the sheriff is going to be fired, probably going to jail, Barney Fife. So that's how we wrap everything up on that. Here comes the other officers and the sheriff. I think that Native American man. Here he comes, I'm sure. And we see Papa K and Mama K coming out of the house. Honey, look, beat down, worn down, blood all over the place. And the cops roll up, and that is how we ended their segment. Very, very great storytelling, acting. I love it. Now, let's get into Ronald / Arthur. Now, as we know, Arthur is trying to bury Mary, okay? And he's having just a hard time because, honey, that little girl done showed up in the dead of night, walking through the woods with no flashlight or nothing. She knew exactly where he was, okay? So he's burying Mary, and she's like, what are you doing? And he was like, oh, don't even worry about it. It's a dead deer. I'm just burying a dead deer. She was like, they don't really look like no deer. Is that a hand? Look like no deer to me, but you looking kind of cockeyed, so I'm gonna let it go. I mean, I'm only 10. So here is, Arthur telling this little girl, it's our secret, right? Now, I don't need for you to be telling everybody that we out here burying a deer, that I'm burying a deer in the dead of night. Don't you tell nobody, this is our secret, right? And so the girl is like, this is weird. This is really weird. He was like, our secret, right? Our secret. It's the dead of night. It's our secret, right? Our secret. So the girl, she was like, all right, sure. She's scared to death, child. This is crazy. So here is the girlfriend. I can never remember her name. Here is the girlfriend, child. She was like, where have y'all been? And so he was like, so the little girl was like, oh, we were just walking in the woods. So Arthur was like, yeah, we just took a walk in the dead of night in the woods. Okay. So the girlfriend gets a phone call. Okay. And it's the cutie Marshall. And he was like, is this the girlfriend? And so she was like, yeah, this is me. I can barely hear you. And he was like, I'm just here to tell you that your sister is missing. She was like, what? Your sister is missing. Now, while she's talking to the cutie Marshall, here's Arthur and Ronald talking about hang up. Who you you talking to? Hang up. Who you talking to? They ain't up to no good. They full of lies. Who you talking to? So the girlfriend is like, click. And she hangs the phone up. And she was like, look, we got to go. She's throwing things into the truck. She's like, got to go, got to go, got to go, go, go. And so Arthur is like, what is wrong with you? And she says, listen, do you love me? You love me, right? You do anything for me, right? I mean, you love me, right? Anything, anything, anything. So he was like, of course. He was like, what's going on? She says, listen, we got to go. That was like police or marshal talking about my sister is missing. So Arthur was like, what? And she was like, listen, there's something in Mary's house that they don't need to find. You love me, right? You know, stick a needle in my eye, right? That kind of love. She said, we got to go. So we have Jerry. We have the cutie marshal. They trying to find the signal. They trying to figure out where they are. They got a signal. And so here's the cutie marshal getting in his car. He's going to have some backup. He's trying to, follow where the signal is. Here's Jerry. Jerry is like, listen, I want to go. He says, listen, no, you cannot go. If anything happens to you, I won't be able to live myself. Jerry said, listen, I know this fool. I know him. Let me go. I can help. I know Ronald. Me and him got this kind of, rapport with each other. So he was like, you stay here, okay? So he goes, but Jerry, she hard-headed. Hard-head makes a soft tail. So there's Jerry. She's following the cutie marshal. So we have Ronald, and we have the girlfriend, we have the girl. Now, they done dropped off this girl with a co-worker, okay? Now, they're in the truck, and they are headed to Mary's house. And so Ronald's like, I wish you'd tell me what's going on. Something ain't right. And so she was like, listen, my sister ain't all everybody thought she was, okay? My sister was a bully. That's what she was. She was a bully. She ain't this great telemarketer. She's a bully. She bullied me, and she bullied my ex. And guess what? My ex was an SOB, and I took care of him, honey. I took an ice pick to a school. Ronald was like this. Now, when you make Ronald give you a side eye, oh, you real crazy. And then she starts laughing. I said, ooh, Ronald, you met your match, honey. So she's telling this story. She's Ronald, and she's rambling on. So she's telling this story. And she says, you can tell me anything. You can tell me anything. And he was like, what are you talking about? She was like, you can just tell me anything, Ronald. And he went, child, he done stopped the truck. And she was like weird faces and trying to be flirty. And honey, Ronald done tried to choke out. Ronald was like this. So she was like, stop it now. I love you. See, we both nuts. We both cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. We belong together. I done took a life. You done took a life. So he's like, listen, this ain't. She was like, shh. So she done straddled him in the truck, talking crazy, looking crazy. They done got to kissing. I said, oh my God. C-R-A-Z-Y, you're crazy. Now, mind you, she don't know that Ronald done killed her sister. She don't know all that. So they get to Mary's house. And we have the cutie marshal, and we have, Jerry, and they done met up, and, the cutie marshal's like, why are you here? Jerry's like, because I need to be here, and the marshal's like, child, you getting on my nerves. Here, just stay close to me. Here's a gun. So they going inside of the house, of Mary's house. Now, the sister and Ronald are inside the house. They're talking about those dolls and, how she done had the dolls, and so they go down into the basement, and guess what, honey? The whole freezer gone. Never mind the body's gone. The whole freezer is gone. And she was like, oh my God. They done found the body. They done found the body. So we have Jerry and the cutie Marshall. They're like, Ronald. And, Ronald and the girlfriend is in the basement. I don't know how in the world Ronald keeps escaping. Honey, he just keeps escaping. They don't notice no vehicles, no noise. He just keeps like a tunnel, like a rat. Okay, he always gets free. So anyway, we will see what happens next week with the season finale. All right. What did y'all think about this episode? I thoroughly enjoyed it. All right. Y'all know what to do. Don't forget to hit that like, comment, and subscribe. And until next week, friends. Bye.